Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got several things to share with you in this very latest Moon Lambo hot jam. And I'll be starting with an XRP price prediction table, which frankly, I find the contents of I just find it to be a little bit ridiculous, and you'll see why very quickly. There's also this article from the Crypto Basic. History suggests XRP on course for 70% gains in November. There's this article from you today. XRP volume slips as bears flirt with key support level. Oh, well, that sounds scary. How we got to sleep that night? And then I got perspective from attorney John Deaton and kind of some bigger picture stuff. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so here's a piece titled XRP Price Prediction 2023 through 2030. And this is from today, November 8th, 2023. And I broadly find this to be a bit silly, but I came across it and I decided I'm going to opine because, you know, that's kind of what I do on this channel. And what they put down, look, everybody's entitled to their perspective, their analysis, and that's fine. I'm certainly entitled to mine as well, and I gotta say that what they put down here in terms of price expectations is a little bit silly, because they're not bullish enough, actually. So take a look at this. I don't need to cover most of what's in this piece, but here you have the XRP prediction table, and they're stating here for 2023 that we'd have a maximum price of 78 cents. Really? I mean, maybe it depends. So, like, fine, if the market doesn't heat up sufficiently, and especially if Bitcoin doesn't lead the way, okay, fine, maybe we don't see XRP higher than what it just hit up, but I'd kind of be surprised because that's not what it's looking like. And if you watched a video I put out earlier today, I mean, in terms of strength in the market, I don't want to rehash that video, but in terms of strength in the market, there are so many analysts that cite various metrics that are indicators that should lead us to believe that what's most probable is, yes, a move to the upside. So just 78 cents for the remainder of this year, But you know what's more ridiculous is, look, it's already been almost 6 years since XRP has had its all-time high, and I firmly believe we would have had a new all-time high in 2021 during the last cycle if the SEC hadn't attacked, but they did. And so look at what they're expecting the next all-time high to hit. Because again, the all-time high was shy of $4. The soonest this would happen on the high end, in terms of price expectations, would be in the year 2027. They're saying the maximum price would be $4.22. 4 years from now? How big are they expecting the crypto asset class to be? Do they expect XRP is going to be falling out of the top 10 cryptos by market cap? Like, is Bitcoin going to take off and it's going to have a multi-trillion-dollar market cap or something? And then what? XRP just, it rises, but now it's going to be like maybe ranked number 90 or something, because that doesn't seem to compute to me. That doesn't make a damn bit of sense here. And then on the low end, they're saying by 2028 the minimum would be $5.22. Oh well, hooray. Now look, that would be I'd love to see that price, but 5 years from now, I just don't think that that's going to happen. And nobody knows for sure, and I'm not making a price prediction or anything like that. I don't know what's going to happen with XRP price, but I am saying that this sounds completely silly, completely absurd. The market is hot. XRP is going to get a piece of that. And if you're paying attention, and I know you are, look at the money that's been flowing in XRP having legal clarity. I mean, whether you're talking about fundamentals, chart analysis, social metrics, you pick it, chart, just anything. Everything looks amazing for XRP right now. And for Bitcoin, which leads the market. And you tell me, like, XRP is not going to maintain its relative position in terms of market cap? I mean, if anything, it should be climbing now that we have legal clarity. That's what I would expect anyway. So I thought I'd highlight this and just say my piece on this for a second, because it just kind of made me laugh a little. It's like, this is ultra conservative as far as I'm concerned. Now, they do note by 2032 that on the high end, well, let's say this, on the low end, $22.02 for XRP by 2032. On the high end, $26.40. That's such a narrow band. Do they know how volatile crypto is? That's a very narrow band. But look, the idea of XRP hitting $26.40, that doesn't sound absurd to me. And maybe it does take a while for it to hit that, but I got greater beef with what they're saying in terms of when it's going to hit a new all-time high. 4 or 5 years from now? I ain't buying that. I'm just not buying. You guys tell me what you think in the comment section, but I am not buying that. And then there's this. History suggests XRP on course for 70% gains in November. XRP investors have enjoyed an explosive start to November with nearly 22% gains amassed in the first 7 days of the month. However, if history is anything to go by, there might be more mouthwatering profits in the pipeline. Historical data reveals that XRP returns an average of 71% profit in November, making it one of the best months for anyone to hold the coin. Only December has recorded a higher monthly return with an average of 82.7% gains. And it's interesting because they actually pulled data from a website that I was talking about 2 or 3 days ago. And this is a brand new article here. It was data from CryptoRank rather. And I was highlighting how what it is to hold XRP is to mostly be moving down or sideways. That's what it is most of the time. And I shared this chart. This is an XRP monthly return chart in USD. Dating back to the first month that XRP was ever traded on exchange, which would be August of 2013. And you can see the green months, those are months that were positive, and then all red, that's negative. And so pick any month, and it's most likely that you're going to have a negative month. So how's it that we have positive months? As I pointed out in the video when I went through this, it's because when XRP goes, it really goes. So yes, you're down for most of the month and you trend down, which is why people they really get beat up and people just are tricked out of their positions. Happens all the damn time. But the reason that it works out is because when XRP goes, it really goes. So think about it. In 2017, we had that from the bottom to the top for that cycle anyway. XRP increased from bottom to top about 80,000% literally. So, and not that we're going to have another 80,000% increase. That's not the point. Even when XRP does go from the bottom to the top. But what I'm saying is when you have the big movements, and I do believe there's going to be another one, it's going to be absolutely massive and change people's lives. Yes, I believe that, but that's the reason that even though it's bad and negative most of the time, this is why people get washed out of the markets. They can't stand it. It feels like it's always going down because most of the time it is. That's what I'm saying, or it's moving sideways. So when they're stating here that historically November is a great month, well, how is that possible? Well, it's because they said average. They said the average increase here. Now, if you look in terms of, here's November. All right. So throw out this year because this year isn't complete. So let's say we've got 10 data points from 2013 through 2022. So that's 10 data points. You can see that 6 of the last 10 years showed negative price action. So if you bet whether or not November is going to be down, if you say down, it's better odds that you'd be correct than if you said you think that November would be an up month. But if you look at the percentages here, look at this. When you factor everything together, you're still up on average. Whatever they said, what did they say? 70%, I think. That's what they said, right? That's in the headline. Yes, 70% gains. Okay, but is that really useful? Because if there's let's say there's 10 years of data, and 9 of the years, you're down 10% each year, and then 1 year there's this outlier and you're up 1,000. Does that make it reasonable to suppose that we're going to have a great November? Well, obviously not. That's not the way this works. That's because they're talking about averages. So, it's more meaningful, frankly, to look at median data rather than averages, just generally speaking, if you want to get a reasonable picture of what is most probable. But even so, I don't care about what's most probable because those rare instances when we move to the upside, that is what matters. So the averages, it makes for a fun headline here, but I wanted to break it down a little bit further because that's not what matters the most. Even if we recognize that in terms of what's most probable is downward price action on any month at any point in time in any year, I understand that. And now you do too, right? Even though that's true, that's fine. I'm just explaining that's why people get shaken out because it does feel bad and people do get impatient. But then when it goes, and either you have exposure when that happens or you don't. That's just the nature of things. That's just how this is. And then there was this headline from You Today. XRP volume slips as bears flirt with key support level. Look, I don't even need to read the article. Look, XRP volume slipped a bit over the last day or so. I checked earlier today. It was at $1.8 billion roughly, down from $3 billion the other day when XRP was up closer to 73 cents in price. But that's expected. Volume always increases for notable impulses in price. Whether there's an impulse to the upside or downside, volume increases. So the fact that things simmered down a bit, yes, volume go down. I just want to be clear that's not an indication that there's somehow something horrifically going wrong here. And then we also had this from attorney John Deaton. And this is about Bitcoin and the spot Bitcoin ETF. And it's just to paint a picture of like what the way I'd word it is like what is yet to come. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's hard to overstate the significance of a spot Bitcoin ETF. But check this out. John Deaton writes the following. Although I believe a spot Bitcoin ETF should have been approved long ago, I believe the timing of a spot ETF approval is going to help create a perfect storm for Bitcoin. What Wall Street wants, Wall Street usually gets. And guess what Wall Street wants from the Fed? We all know, no matter what happens, in the not too distant future, second to third quarter, rate cuts and the printer of money will happen. Combined with rate cuts, increased liquidity, Bitcoin's having an 8 to 10 spot ETF approvals, and Max Kaiser's $220,000 might not be so crazy 18 months from now. Yeah, so I don't make price predictions, but if Bitcoin actually hits $220,000 this cycle, I mean, if I had to guess just for fun, maybe that would be among the higher. I don't know to what degree that's probable, honestly. So it just there's a reason I don't make price predictions. I'd just be making crap. It would be so disingenuous. There's enough people making price predictions just to get clicks and stuff like that. I'm not going to play that game. It'd be disingenuous. It just for me, it's more like just the concept of number go up. I believe that. I do believe number go up. Simple enough concept, and I say way up. So if Bitcoin actually hits that this coming market cycle, great. I don't know if that's going to happen. That doesn't seem completely insane. Last market cycle, that would have seemed, I guess, like a bit much, but not as crazy now. But, you know, I'll just say this. I'll probably sell all of my Bitcoin well before that. If it's going to... I mean, honestly, I'm starting to think, like, even to be honest with you, I haven't completely cemented my thoughts on this. I've been thinking about it a little bit, but I'm also not counting on life-changing wealth from Bitcoin. But I kind of figure maybe by the time Bitcoin gets somewhere around like $150,000, maybe I finally just sell it all. We'll see. I mean, because then it would be at least substantial. But I've been holding Bitcoin for 6 years. So, like, you know, the positions I've been holding the longest, I'm well into profit. And then not surprisingly, the stuff that I've been holding not as long for, like, say, the last 3 years or so, a lot of that stuff is not in profit. Some of the coins I'm most excited about, including HBAR, one of my larger positions, I'm down on HBAR right now, for example. I'm down on Algo, I'm down on Filecoin. I'm a little bit down on Flare, not much. Yeah, so there's all sorts of coins. But again, think about the chart I just showed you, though. For XRP, and I'd be willing to bet the concept's true for a bunch of other coins too, most of what it is to be in crypto probably is just sideways or downward price action. So just like I was down in my XRP holdings for the first, like, call it 3 years, like most of that time I was down or at about break even, that didn't freak me out. I just understood the name of the game here and that eventually get the big bursts. So just like I went through that, and now I'm way in profit for XRP, and my average buying price for XRP is about 25 cents. You know, now we're dealing with that. So I've been accumulating other coins for the last 3 years, and surprise, surprise, those ones I'm down on. But am I going to be down on them if I hold them long enough? If we fast forward another few years, if I still have them, would it be down compared to where I bought in? Like, I doubt it. Not that I'm necessarily going to make a profit on every single thing here. But that's what it is to be in crypto. You have to endure long periods of time, relatively speaking, where you're just getting beat up like crazy. And so, yes, it's the quickest way to make life-changing wealth, but for the years leading up to the point where those bursts happen, it's just devastating to people emotionally. Now, it doesn't hit me like that because I just let the logic override where the emotion would otherwise be, because that's what works. But I understand why people have a hard time with this. But that's why, to me, it's just, there's nothing but excitement. But it's grounded in reason and reality. I've seen this enough. I get it. I see how people behave. I see what's happening. I see further adoption. I've been watching this, been in the space for 6 years now. Yeah. Why wouldn't I feel excited? This is the most exciting it's ever been to be in crypto. It's the most exciting time it's ever been to be an XRP holder with legal clarity. And we haven't had an all-time high in almost 6 years. When it goes, folks. It's just a matter of time as far as I'm concerned. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.